for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Talking Rocks Cavern. Explore the beauty above and below ground at Talking Rocks Cavern. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
And here we are on Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope your week's been great. It's been a warm one, that's for sure, and it's only getting warmer. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but first we'll begin with news.
All right, here it is. A man is expected in court this morning accused of breaking into at least 2 houses in Springfield over the weekend and attempting to sexually assault victims who were sleeping inside. It happened twice. Early Sunday morning in the Delaware neighborhood, police found the man in a yard and victims identified him as the intruder. He's now charged with home invasion and sexual crimes. Police say he was able to enter one of those houses through an unlocked door. They are warning people to keep your doors locked. The same man was sentenced to only probation for committing a similar crime back in 2019.
Wow.
Terrifying. Yeah. Lock your cars. I mean, your houses and your cars. The Springfield City Council just approved 2 new housing developments around Commercial Street. One of them is just off Commercial on North Jefferson and will replace the now closed Klinger Cope Funeral Home. It'll turn into 6 apartment buildings on 2 acres featuring 72 units, including garages. The other development will be right on Commercial Street on North Campbell Avenue. Right now, it's a parking lot, but it'll be turned into a 4-story building with 42 apartments and store frontage on the first floor. $4.5 million of COVID money will go toward that project.
Yeah, that's a couple of big developments. They got the green light from the city council, so they'll be going in. And that area, they say, needs more affordable housing, so maybe this will be the ticket. Some more big changes are heading, meanwhile, to the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, just approved by the city council as well, days before the annual fair gets started, which is now tomorrow. We were talking yesterday morning about the brand new arena, $25 million arena that is currently still under construction on the 72-acre fairground site. It should be finished in September, so it's just missing this year's fair, but it'll be ready for sure by next year. So they've already got a bunch of stuff scheduled for it next year. Now we know that the master plan for the fairgrounds includes 400 new campsites, replacing a barn that will happen this fall, remodeling the guest services building into possibly a restaurant, improving the concessions area, and more. That's just a little bit of it. This year's Ozark Empire Fair, of course, starts tomorrow, and the heat is on, just like it always is for the fair.
Right.
Meanwhile, planning continues to uncover Jordan Creek through the downtown Springfield area. Plans are moving forward, and funding is being secured for the $30 million project to uncover about 1,100 feet of Jordan Creek and build several bridges over it in an effort to improve the look, reduce flooding, improve water quality, and just generally enhance the area. Construction is expected to start in another year and will likely be finished in late 2025 or early 2026. And of course, the fight with the Hotel of Terror continues. That's part of this Jordan Creek redevelopment plan. The city wants to buy it and tear it down and move them somewhere else. The Hotel of Terror guy says, you're going to have to pay me more than that to do that.
So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, a new restaurant is coming to Springfield. The Healthy Spot Smoothie Bar will open next week on South Fremont Avenue. The owner already has another shop called The Healthy Edge, which is on South Campbell. That one opened 4 years ago, so this is like the second venture. The new shop will offer smoothies, protein bowls, protein waffles, and the likes.
I know you make a lot of smoothies here. Do you buy many smoothies out? I don't see much evidence of that.
I love smoothies.
I know.
But I'm sort of a cheapskate. We've discussed this before. And so it's hard for me to buy smoothies because they're expensive. And so I make my own. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think I like them better from the store. I just do. But I also like it better when you make me a PB&J as opposed to when I make it. You know what I mean? It's a thing. Someone else makes you a
I feel
sandwich,
similarly.
you're going to like it better.
I feel similarly about coffee. I don't like to spend a bunch of money on coffee, so I make it at home. But you don't subscribe to that theory when it comes to coffee, I've noticed.
I don't. I don't. And that's because, sir, I drink black coffee. And so I'm willing to pay a few bucks to get a black coffee. I'm not getting a $12 frou-frou drink, which pretty sure the other day you got a vanilla latte. Um, Meanwhile, you got me a plain black coffee. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that if we're going to price compare, um, you probably
That's,
paid $6 for that. I
no,
paid 3. So what now?
number one, we were on vacation. Number two, you bought me that first vanilla latte, uh, also on our vacation, and it was pretty good. So I had the opportunity to get one. This is at the airport. So I got one.
All right. Fair
And by
enough.
the way, black coffee is like the easiest thing to make at home.
And I do make it at
It's just
home. I
water and
do.
beans.
But sometimes when I'm out and about, I just am like, I just want to hold something warm and drink it. Even on a hot day, as you know, I
Sometimes,
don't drink cold coffee ever under no circumstance.
same here.
So
Although our daughter is drinking
who
caramel
is she?
macchiatos, I don't
Who
know.
is she?
But if you're with me, I will vote to kick her out of the family. Will you
She's my
support my
mini me.
Can
We
I
can't
can
do
I
that.
can I get a second?
No, I can never deny my child. I feel like I'm raising me, which is
Well,
terrifying. Sometimes I tell the
you're
Lord that parenting feels like trial and error. Can I get an amen?
yeah,
I
amen.
don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it over here, on a wing
Well,
and a literal prayer. That's what it feels like.
things are out of control because she's drinking cold coffee.
Yeah, I don't know where she got it. I do not. Not Caroline. I don't know. She's your child. All right, moving on. If you are in the semiconductor business, you might be getting quite a financial boost in the form of a grant from the Roy Blunt Jordan Valley Innovation Center at Missouri State. A $5.2 million grant will help fund 7 such projects. The projects are set to receive up to $750,000 apiece for material and process development, inspection equipment, and component manufacturing for semiconductors.
I'm not sure I know anybody who's in the semiconductor industry.
Well, there's apparently at least 7 different projects that can be funded. So lots of people in our area.
Maybe I could look into going into that if that kind of money is up for grabs. Probably COVID money.
It probably requires a degree other than journalism
No,
or
is there math
politics.
involved? Is there math
Yes,
involved in
I feel like
semiconductor?
there is. I feel
I
like
feel
it's
like
a sure bet.
okay, then I'm out. Hey, it won't be long now. Just about 2 months or so, the Kansas City Royals will tell their fans where the Royals will build their new home stadium. It's happening. The team's CEO said they'll announce by late September which of the 2 sites that they're currently looking at will house the ball club and kind of a ballpark village type area like what they have up in St. Louis. One of the options is East Village in downtown Kansas City. The other option is North Kansas City. The Royals say the project will cost $2 billion. $1 billion of that will be private funding, according to the ball club, and then they're passing some kind of tax or sales tax, or they're doing something up there to cover the rest. But the Royals are moving. We'll find out soon. And you know this, Shark Week is underway, not only on the Discovery Channel, which our kids are currently glued to, which I enjoy as well, but also at Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield. That's absolutely correct. The number 1 voted aquarium in the United States in Springfield is focusing on all things sharky this week through Saturday. You're invited to immerse yourself in jawsome experiences about sharks, including live shark feedings. They wrote that, not me. Chats with shark keepers, educational activities, and specialty sharky snacks, which sound delicious. Shark Week this week at Wonders of Wildlife. If you have time and
You
want to beat the heat because it's cool in there.
You took that from their website, didn't you?
I did. I let them
I
write
can
it.
tell that those little
And then I
puns
read it.
were not Ethan Forhet's originals.
No. It was kind of like an ad though, so I just read it.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, good for you. I like it. I
I
feel
think
like
I pulled it off. I
I
think I
feel
pulled it
like
off
you
and
absolutely pulled it off.
nailed it.
Okay. Twitter started it. Threads copied it just recently. And now TikTok is getting on board. TikTok is the latest social media site to add text only post. Up until now, TikTok had to have video, but not anymore. The company says it wants to capitalize on the written creativity of its users.
You know, it's funny when these places that are created based on something. Based on in the TikTok, what made TikTok popular was short videos. It's videos. And it's videos shot like this, so that matches your phone, the way you look at it on a phone. And that's what it is. Videos. And you scroll and look at videos. Now they want to also be Twitter. I just don't get it. And Threads, the same thing. They just copy. They didn't start that way, but after doing it and being successful, they're now going to copy something else somebody else does. So they do a couple of things, which just do the one thing well, I say.
Yeah.
Do I
Well, I
sound
mean,
crotchety?
a little bit. You do sound a bit like a grumpy old man.
Stay in your lane.
Which, as you know, Tracy, my friend from college, and I have discussed this. We cannot let our old men become grumpy. So, and you do sound a bit grumpy. This all started the year that we bought a Samsung refrigerator. Samsung is made for telephones. They do telephones well, not
Agreed.
refrigerators.
Agreed. And we found that out the hard
And
way.
we found that out the hard way. So,
But you know what? We had we had to get one of not even that one, the one after the Samsung. We had to get that fridge worked on. And what did the guy say to you about that?
well, no, I found out that there was actually like a class action
Well, yeah.
lawsuit.
Yeah, right. But what did he say about when you're buying a fridge? Didn't he tell you something? Or did I make this up?
Probably.
Maybe
No,
somebody told me this, but it's you buy the name brands that are just like I was talking about, that do what they do and do it well. Not
yeah,
the
dude,
stuff.
we've
Not
established it. We've established it. We've already established that fact.
no.
You're
That's what
saying
the guy
this like
told
it's
you.
like
That's what the guy who.
revolutionary. We know.
That's what the guy who works on them for a living told you when it comes to appliances.
Right. My point is I probably said that in our initial purchase process.
Oh, you knew that ahead of time and told me?
Yeah.
Is that what
Do
you're
what
saying?
you do. Stay in your lane. Do it well. Own it.
No. We learned that. And you did not know that ahead of me. You learned it when a guy came to work on our fridge. He told you. And then you told me. And I said, that's genius. That's true. So
Always
now
learning
I'm going to
something here
buy.
on Around the Ozarks. Anyway, we digress.
I'm going to buy Frigidaire. They make a good fridge. It's in the name.
Right.
Sakes.
You don't even
Maytag.
call it a refrigerator. He still calls it an ice box, people.
I do call it an
you
ice
can
box.
learn from this old soul.
Although I am self-conscious about it now. I say it less because like if you say icebox around a millennial or younger, they got no idea what you're talking about. And I grew up saying icebox because my father is literally old enough to remember a box that they would put cold stuff in to keep cold, and then there'd be a guy on a horse and buggy that rode through the neighborhood with a giant block of ice, and he would chisel off a hunk of ice that you would put in your ice box. That's the name. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
So I grew up. My parents both grew up calling it an ice box, so I grew up calling it an ice box.
And also, his dad drinks raw milk, non-homogenized, non-pasteurized. Also, his dad is almost 91, and he's still fit as a fiddle. So There's something about yesteryear. You can
Well,
keep
and
calling it icebox.
we drink raw milk as well. But
Yeah.
the icebox growing up was right next to the cotton gin. So
All righty. We are well over time.
but it's
Let's
been
roll.
entertaining. It's been entertaining, I'll tell you that
I've
much.
been entertained. I've enjoyed it. I don't know about
This is
you.
how I like to start my day because now I'm awake and I can go accomplish some things.
All
See you
right.
tomorrow.
Bye.